What's good? Time out as the coach. You know what I'm saying? Just got back in and stuff, you know what I'm saying, from being in the outside world. But I did want to come on here and talk about how astrology is it's periods of time and stuff like that. Because you know they say the world go round, and what goes around comes back around. You know, your birthday come around. You know, everything goes in like a cycle until you damn near dead. You feel me? So you be going through the same bullshit. You know, you be going through the same situations and shit like that. Different people. So why is that? You gotta understand a bigger, broader aspect of what astrology is, and this is cycles. So you know what I'm saying? We going from undense to dense. You know what I'm saying? And then we doing dense shit, aka using the body to reach the undense. You feel me? Um, so astrology is just a periods of time calculated and shit like that. So y'all last know when the Bulls about to play again. You know, y'all last know when y'all know when you know when your favorite show about to air and shit like that, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to get into the broader aspect of what astrology is, and that's just being able to track time and things, and from the higher mental aspect of. You know what I'm saying? You get to track time from the higher mental aspect, so that way you know why you may be feeling things in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? You don't think it's going. If you sit here and say you're gonna feel mentally and emotionally the same way that you would feel. Wait, let me retract. You saying if you don't you think you gonna mentally feel and emotionally feel the same way you would feel as if it was summer and a winter. You know what I'm saying? That's what you think. No, you're not gonna feel that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna feel a whole different. You're gonna whole different mental space and state and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? We do the external tracking of that, which is like the actual seasons and the motherfucking weather and shit like that, and then you got your internal weather and stuff like that, and that would be what we experiencing as astrology. You know what I'm saying? So for instance, right now it's Libra season. You know what I'm saying? So we may be going through, you know what I'm saying, situations of falling back or trying to fall into something because we just started fall. You know what I'm saying? So that is essentially what they trying to say, what cardinal air, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to initiate a new way to sense of balance, what we trying to match or what we trying to receive. You know what I'm saying? So that would be that giving off, aka matching, utilizing your mind, your chakras, your ability to create awarenesses to, start creating atoms and Eve's thoughts and feelings to kind of match that space, you know? Or, you would be kind of trying to let go of anything that kind of burdens you, and that would be like what the fuck, the transformation from Libra to the eighth house, death. You know what I'm saying? Season. You know what I'm saying? Which is just transformational season and shit like that, and all the way till we get to like the shins and shit like that. I mean, and that will start the wintertime and Capricorn with the knees and shit like that. But it's just tracking cycles. It's just tracking points of time, but from a speculative aspect. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. So you're not gonna feel the same way if your ass is in the world and your ass is going around that and you in that water cycle going around within that world from a broader aspect than you don't think, you know what I'm saying, you can go in a different space right now and just by how the light hitting you, how the people around you acting, you're gonna develop different thoughts and feelings. So you don't think cosmically, motherfucker, and I don't even like no cosmos and shit like that. Like I said, that's water. So you don't think that and how you can tell it is water, essentially because what we receive, and what we receive is influence and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you won't tell me that a big ass earth of people, what y'all call earth, ain't picking up on this, you know what I'm saying, on its own space and where it's at and locating and vibrating at. You know what I'm saying? And you inside of it. So you gotta look at things from that aspect. You know, so you can understand why astrology is even a thing, and it's just people tracking periods of time and shit like that. And you got your own seasonal thing, and your sun sign represent your solar plexus in that season that you was birthed out of to represent, and how you go about things, you know what I'm saying, and what you can be seen for, and that's your sun sign and shit like that. But essentially, astrology is just really practicing knowing your cycle and shit like that. So everybody got cycles. I got a cycle. You know what I'm saying? I got my own cycle. You got your own cycle. We inside something that cycles. Girls have cycles. You know what I'm saying? Everything is roundabout type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how the spirit like to move and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The spirit like to move around. But it utilized shit to be a little bit more direct, like your body, your vessel, your mind, and shit like that. And that's how you understand astrology. You know, for the most part, you know, I'm looking at it from that aspect. You know, so it's real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all gotta be into this shit and shit like that. Y'all know when basketball season about to come up. Y'all know what Christmas about to come up. Y'all track them cycles. Y'all pray to them gods real good and shit like that. And that ain't nothing but a bunch of people encapsulating them energy for themselves and creating their own holidays and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta learn how to do that shit. Y'all gotta learn how to do that shit. Step y'all game up. But yeah, that's essentially all it is, you know? Just us tracking periods of time and shit like that. And just giving it names and titles. All it is. But from a speculative point of view, which would be observing different, you know, temperaments, you know, mental temperaments and shit like that. And then how we play that out with the physical, you know what I'm saying, which would be temperature. So playing out something in a fire way would be like you doing some type of energy of separation, or you know what I'm saying, you doing some expression or some creativity or something like that, or anything that's dealing with like separation or like that's high, you know what I'm saying, also passion, you know what I'm saying, you know, so point period of that is just like getting into your own space. You separate anything. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody touch you. So that's how you will play out the energy for yourself. I mean, just one way. You know what I'm saying? Communicating air, that will play out like communication. You know what I'm saying? And thought and ideas. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with ideas. You know what I'm saying? Getting information on ideas. Doing informational shit. Looking at the details of some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what that will be. You know, Earth will be utilizing the material, you know, for security. You know what I'm saying? And material always start all the way down to your thought. You could be secure in a thought. You could be secure about a feeling and shit like that. Even though feelings are a little bit more fickle to be secure about. You know what I'm saying? But then you got what else you got? You got air. You got air. No, I said air. You got water. So yeah, let's get to water. So that would be, you know what I'm saying, more emotions and feelings, like non-detached, being able to be movable. You know what I'm saying? So that would be like detached, but in a water way from an emotional standpoint, where you're feeling it out, like, well, you're in your emotions, basically. So you in a world, you know what I'm saying? That's how water play out. You would be like in a world, in that world and stuff like that. So it would like accumulate. So a perfect example of that is just picture an apple in your head and then start to picture how you would feel holding that apple and shit like that. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is just tracking periods of time. You know what I'm saying? That's calling it names and shit like that. And that's what they was doing all the way down to the hieroglyphics was the early form of that. And so when you would track them periods of time and shit like that, you can create discipline based upon them periods of time. Because you know what type of energies is, so you know what more and what not to participate with. You know what I'm saying? So you know not to be in your energies too much if it ain't your season. And shit like that, because you may be going against the current events or not participating in them, and that turns into selfishness. You know? So that's really what it's about. It's about attracting periods of time. So, you know, you making it real simple, you know, for everybody that will be around me to understand. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all it is. And that's everybody, someone's best interpretation. So they gave you their best interpretation to understand what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? And astrology is pretty much a good one because it's accurate, you know. But yeah, so that's all motherfuckers gotta get into astrology. That's why it's good to be into these things and not like fake Illuminati, like Kanye. Kanye fake Illuminati. Because I ain't even know when I was on that live earlier, I ain't even know like I was gonna read what it said and then tell me what the actual Illuminati is. That lets you know that they already got a cloud, a spell over y'all that y'all that's strong that anybody can pick up in, because that's it, shit is it is what it is, bro. We all energetic. So if they making more of the percentage level of the universe to develop thoughts and feelings about, you know what I'm saying, that the Illuminati be scary and shit like that because of ignorance and shit like that, that's what it's going to develop. So you can not know shit about the Illuminati, but just from hearing some shit, just how it's scripted and done, you know what I'm saying, you will be scared of the shit, you know, like it's something scary, and it ain't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like spookism. And the funny thing is, though, is that when you go on the motherfucking Wikipedia, you know, they tell you what the shit is. They tell you what they doing. They tell you that they're against superstition. They created to be as a psyop, to be against superstition. You can pick that up real quick. So you would know, like, damn, I didn't even know it was going to say that. They literally tell you. So that lets you know that people just be lost. They don't want you, like, that lets you know people just be lost in their own shit. That's why I said if you really gonna fight the Illuminati and things, you need to teach people what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because that way, you know, and not even in the and not even in the if it seemed like everybody that talk about the Illuminati, you need to go and read Wikipedia. Like, I just went on Wikipedia and they tell you what they do. So you calling them, you know what I'm saying? You putting them in a space like they're some type of authority. No, they tell you that they created to go against people that are superstitious. You know what I'm saying? So all of the shit that y'all done seen is them the reason why they're wise is they're putting you in a state of illumination. So illumination is just when you got your own light in about something, but you ain't enlightened about it. You know what I'm saying? Illumination, you got your own light, your own way to see something, and that ain't got nothing to do with the world and how it's actually seen. And so it's just making you heavy, and they put you in a world, you know what I'm saying, where you can develop more thoughts and feelings in that world that ain't got shit to do with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like witchcraft. Y'all don't understand that type of thinking and method. Them putting y'all in spaces as humans down there where y'all be at. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? You can't. So that's why it's important to get into these things. Don't stop crying. Stop crying about, they keep doing stuff to us, and the Illuminati is doing stuff to us, and you ain't into no type of shit they into. No tarot cards. You don't do tarot cards. You don't do astrology. You don't get no spiritual lectures. You just be within the world and just hope that, you know what I'm saying, you can make them more money and shit like that. So it's just dumb. Like, it's dumb. Like, y'all gotta be a little bit smarter. You know what I'm saying? In a fake woke community. You know what I'm saying? So that was fake woke what Kanye did. It's fake woke. That's the shit I be talking about. If you follow me on Instagram, that's the shit that I be talking about. That's fake woke. They literally tell you they go against superstition. So you should at least be trying to see why they say that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you putting them into a play, a superstition and shit like that. And they telling you what they do. And that lets you know that that's they code. They code. They let you know that. Because these people don't want to do anything but it's witchcraft. These people don't want to do anything but complain. So they don't want to go make their own Illuminati. So let's give them, you know what I'm saying, narratives and shit like that that they can run with. You know what I'm saying? But they tell you that's what they do, bro. It's on Wikipedia, bro. Kanye really ain't read Wikipedia. Okay. Like he just hearing it. He just hearing like clips and shit like that, and watched a little bit YouTube videos or whoever trying to be around him and whoever putting him on spiritual game and shit like that, or whatever. You probably sitting with Rick Rubin goof ass and shit like that. Man, hold on, dog. Like you can go see this shit on Wikipedia what they do. Now, what he trying to say, as far as Illuminati and not being Illuminati and shit like that. Shit, Cardi don't know he's Illuminati. She's like he said, she's being used as an agenda. Now she's just getting it how she lives. Shout out to Cardi, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's getting how they live. But this is how everybody get at how they live, and they end up like people like, you know what I'm saying? That be celebrities, but they don't have that longevity, whereas they've been caved so much, they don't receive as much as back. So that lets you being used. Kanye went through the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Even though he got a lot, he didn't see people with way much more. And that's the thing he ain't really talking about. That's the thing that he don't really know how to tell y'all and shit like that. It's crumbs, really. $1 billion is crumbs. You know what I'm saying? It's crumbs. That ain't no power. That's something that I ain't gonna say it ain't no power, but you gotta look at it from an aspect of a person that run the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, they probably don't even use me. You get what I'm saying? So it's a different type of ballgame. But yeah, astrology is just tracking periods of time and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And giving them names and titles and shit like that. Because we go through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you experiencing the same shit. Because you experience it from the internal natures that we created that represent the external natures, which will be the seasons. We got an external representation of that, you know what I'm saying, which is the season, and then we got an internal representation of that, our thoughts and our feelings, and what we develop and shit like that. And then we can give those thoughts and feelings names and titles and call it astrology, based upon us being in this space, this season, because we experiencing the same shit. The earth only travel within, well, it only rotate and cycle in the same way. So that lets you know we in some type of accumulation and things. And it's starting from the mind and us being spirits and jumping into awarenesses that accumulate as to forms that can, now we can utilize these forms to experience what we doing within the inside type shit. So it's real shit, y'all. I ain't here to beg nobody and shit like that to join astrology or anything like that, but shut the fuck up if you complaining and shit like that and not knowing what the motherfuckers doing and shit. You only care about your motherfuckers real quick to Illuminati when your check not big. So that's what they like. They like that type of energy. They like that type of energy. When y'all complaining for little shit. But your whole complaint ain't the whole system of how they did it and how you can teach others to do it and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't your mission. And then need to be. And you hearing it from Zeus. And shit like that. So yeah, so spirits hopping down here as humans as well. And shit like that. And waking up, you know what I'm saying? To ourselves and shit like that, because we only have these bodies to represent ourselves. So, you know what I'm saying, all these goddamn transits and shit like that, we getting on all type of mental crutches. You know what I'm saying? Starting to think more like individuals and stuff, you know? So don't play with us. You know what I'm saying? We got shit. We got, especially when they telling y'all what it is. That is that hidden in plain sight shit. I don't know what all you fake woke people is doing. That's what I'm saying. Y'all fake woke, man. That ain't play on no type of level. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be speaking. Look, the world. I ain't gonna give y'all no magic like that as of yet. You know what I'm saying? But just know these motherfuckers be knowing and shit like that. Real shit. You ever seen birds fly together? You ever seen school of fish? You know what I'm saying? Catch the wave. One turn, you know what I'm saying? All turn. And that's just off instinct. Don't ever think we not doing that in the mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's how y'all even get lost into narratives like the Illuminati. Oh, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, that's because you with a school of fish. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna think about it in the first aspect of how you think about it. And look, it's a lack of information and shit like that. And that's done on purpose too. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think that ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's done on purpose. People are intentionally blocked. And it be based upon the shit that it's already set up by these motherfuckers. They don't be like motherfuckers be like, you know what I'm saying? They do witchcraft. And then y'all help them build it. So it's teamwork make the dream work. So you gotta be a strong spirit if you down here solo and you down here talking. As a solo, you know what I'm saying? You're never alone for real. But soul means solo, so alone. That means to be you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And represent your motherfucking space. You know what I'm saying? So you're never alone, and that's how when you get into the aspect of being a solo, a soul. You know what I'm saying? You can take that and add that onto yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then do that same thing amongst others. You know what I'm saying? Or do it for your soul first, right? You do something for your soul. So that's why people be like, oh, I gotta do something. This is for my soul and shit like that. You know what I mean? And that's how you end up attracting people that think like you. You know what I'm saying? Because you vibrating. So you getting out of the body at that point. You saying, fuck the world, I'm gonna be a soul. So you know what I'm saying? You start the spirit like that, because the spirit like change. You don't like to be stuck in the body. You know what I'm saying? If that wasn't the case, your ass wouldn't die. You know what I'm saying? So the spirit ain't shit. It can't be like trapped or anything. But you know what I'm saying? We trying to make more forms that represent, you know what I'm saying, our higher state. So fuck what this piece of shit look like. You know what I'm saying? It's about that mind, that beautiful mind that you create to go to, you know what I'm saying, incarnate to your next form. So literally, you came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you gotta look at it. You came from nothing, came from thin air. In an aspect of this shit, you know what I'm saying? But you always been you. You know what I'm saying? But you always been you. Yeah, but I'm finna finish cleaning up and shit. Yeah, I heard.